Excellent. Cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, Robbie, off you go.
You said pre-match you were looking forward to batting with Steve. What was it like for the first time?
It was good fun. Obviously, it was good to sort of spend some time, and obviously I've never batted with him before, so it was a good experience to sort of see how he goes about it, and obviously learn from him out there.
And can you just talk us through, I suppose, that second session in particular, with the wind, sort of bails coming off, the chip packets and a bit of chat? Was it kind of getting quite tense out there?
Oh, look, this was probably frustrating for everyone, because the one I pulled away, I thought the bails fell off, so I looked back and the bails were still on, and then I had to pull away, and then the chip packets kept coming past, and the beach ball, and so I mean it was probably just frustrating for the game in general. Probably they're just getting frustrated because we have to pull away because there's stuff there, and then obviously the bails were when they put the bails on, you could just see the stumps shake, and it was just a matter of time before they came off. So no, look, it was very windy out there. I've never played a game where there's you've played with no bails, so that was very different. But no, all in all, look, it was pretty tough conditions for bowling out there.
Marnus, yesterday at the nets after Steve Smith was done with his own thing, he was like chucking balls at you for a long time. Does it feel like you found a soulmate in this team?
No, look, I did think a little bit. It was a bit surreal, really. I had Steve Smith throwing sidearms to me for 30 minutes. So no, look, it is great. Like I said, I love talking to him about the game and learning off him. Obviously, a great experience and a great player. So, no, look, I'm just taking it all in as much as I can.
Sam?
Marnus, fourth Ashes 50 in a row. Out of the four, is this the best one? Is this the best you've batted?
I don't know. Probably the first innings at Leeds was probably I felt the best. Today, obviously, just the conditions, the wind and stuff. It was just tough to get used to and kind of get consistent with your movements because it was so windy and there was so many distractions sort of around the ground. So no, look, it doesn't really matter how you get the runs. It's just about the score, and I think it was important for us to make sure we dig in and get a big first inning score because obviously you guys would have seen there's some spin out there, so it's really good for us.
Marnus, were you surprised with how Jofra bowled? His pace seemed quite a bit down compared to last games.
No, look, obviously he's got great skill. He can swing the ball. So he was just obviously trying to do a bit more of that today. We know that he's got that extra effort ball and that extra heaviness in him. But yeah, obviously, today's, like I said, conditions, it was almost like they were running into the wind from both ends today. So it was quite tough. I can only assume as a quick bowler it'd be quite tough to get rhythm in when it's so windy and so the wind's so inconsistent.
Ali, you, Daniel.
Marnus, does a day like today sort of prove that the idea of momentum in a series is a load of nonsense?
I think it's pretty much if you allow it. I think we've talked about that not being an issue for us at all. We're just focused on the process of winning a test match, not necessarily the overall. It's just taking it a ball at a time, a day at a time, and trying to make sure we're doing things right. And I think that's what we've been doing the whole series. We haven't been getting too far ahead when we've been doing well, and we haven't been getting too far down when we've been doing poorly. So we've just been quite consistent, and I think that's probably the key to not let momentum take its course.
You.
Considering everything that's played out today, losing 2 early wickets, the amount of disruptions, the time overs lost, what's the chat in the room about where you place stuff to the end of day one?
We haven't actually talked. So it's been quite a quick changeover because. Personally, I think it's been a pretty good day for us. I think it was tough conditions probably for everything and to get probably momentum with the bat and the ball. So obviously losing 3 wickets, was it 3 for 150? Is that the score? 170. It's been a good day. Obviously we wanted to keep just making sure we just be real disciplined and make sure that, when it did feel like it was getting easier to bat, we just make sure we're staying more on and aware in the game, because it can turn very quickly out there, as you saw. Overton bowled quite a nice spell.
Daniel Bruno.
Marnus, have you been, in terms of your conversations with Steve, and I suppose how that's evolved over the tour, was it? Have you taken much out of those conversations, and I suppose getting to know him closely, actually in the innings that you're playing, and even now one that you've actually played with him? Yeah,
definitely. I think we're constantly talking out there as well about what the bowler's trying to do and what he's trying to do, and then I'm sort of, we're thinking similar and trying to think about where they're trying to get us out and stuff like that. So it's always trying to learn off everyone, really. It doesn't matter if you're a batter or bowler, just trying to learn different things off different people and just trying to make sure you're always open to learning off anyone.
And one thing that's often said about Steve is him being a great problem solver against individual bowlers and fields and whatnot. Is that the sort of thing that you try to, I suppose, glean off him, how you go about doing that?
Definitely. I think that's one thing he's very good at, and you can see that. I see that at the other end, but I think you can see it as a spectator. Is when different guys comes on, how he changes, different guards, the way he bats, different pre-movements, and I think that's what makes him the best in the world. That he's always kind of one step ahead and thinking ahead, and not being reactive. He's being proactive. Which makes him very hard to bowl to, because he's always thinking ahead.
Last one, Bruno.
As you said, Craig Overton bowled a pretty decent spell just leading up to your wicket. Was that the in ducker that you didn't quite spot? Was that one for the bowler?
Definitely, yeah. It was a nice ball. Obviously, it hit the seam and kind of just kept going with the seam. It was a nice ball. Obviously, he's swinging the ball away most of the time, and I think he bowled a few that kind of angled in and hit the seam. So no, it was a good piece of bowling, but I need to make sure that I'm ready and I'm able to keep those out.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Marnus.